So I've cracked and resubmitted several really great cards here. I want to show you the results as I got them back from PSA. So this first one is Pikachu with gray felt hat. It was originally a BGS label. It got a 9 in BGS. And you can see the breakdown. The corners and surfaces were perfect at 10. The centering was the big problem at 8.5. The edges were great at 9.5. In BGS, 9.5 means really good. 10 means absolutely perfect. So 8.5 centering is the big reason this one got a 9 in the first place. And I'm assuming it's on the front. We'll take a look at the back in a second. But look, I regraded it and it got a 10. So I think because there were so many categories there, the 10, 10, and 9.5, I felt comfortable giving it a shot. When I took a look at this centering, it didn't look that off to me. I thought, okay, I could probably sneak this through. And I sure did sneak it through. So I got another result. This is a different Pikachu with gray felt hat. I'll go ahead and show you. I got a 10 on it. You'll just have to take my word for it. This was a tag 7. I had cracked a tag 7 and resubmitted it. What the tag result said is that there was some lines on the back. Now I took a look very closely, and tag really docked it for these lines. Like they look some sort of print lines or paint lines, it said. I do not see them with my naked eye. So these lines did not exist to me. It looked like it, because everything else was perfect about the card. So I thought, okay, this is a 10. It's saying tag 7, but I was right. Let's take a look at this next card. It's another BGS. It's the Special Delivery Pikachu. Now it got a 9.5, which typically equals a PSA 10, typically. And so in BGS, if you didn't know, a 10 in BGS means you get the 4 different categories. You'll get 10, 10, 10, 9.5. And that'll give you a pristine 10. Then you get a black label 10 if you get a 10, 10, 10, 10, which is a perfect card. That's what everybody's shooting for with BGS. But a 9.5 technically is equal to a PSA 10. So here we have an issue really with the edges is the big problem, because a 9.5 in the other 3 categories means it's a really solid card. And so let's see what grade I got here. It went down to an 8 in a PSA. So I'm definitely going to crack this one again. It's saying that according to Beckett, BGS, the edges were not so good. I'll have to get this out of the case, but I think this is definitely a card that I want to crack again. I mean, I do see a little spot here, a little dent right there where I'm shining the light. I don't know if that's on the case or on the card, but I'm going to get into that one and figure it out. BGS did not see it, or they would have marked it a surface issue. And they're pretty good at finding all the issues there. This next card, famous Pikachu card, it was already in a PSA 9. And I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking, I think this can squeak through. And sure enough, it did. I improved this card from a PSA 9 to a PSA 10. I didn't do anything to the card. I just got a different grader. I don't know if they were thinking it was top heavy, but I put that's why it got a 9 initially, because that's the only real thing I can find wrong with this card. The centering is within the 45-55 range, and I'm not really seeing any edge or corner issues here to speak of. I mean, there's maybe the slightest little whiting there, but they probably consider that a print alignment dot. So you can sneak some of those print alignment dots through. So just trying to encourage you to regrade when you think the grade can improve. This is an interesting one. Mewtwo got a CGC 8. There's no breakdown with CGC anymore over the past few years. They used to do the breakdowns of the 4 different categories, but they don't do that anymore. But I do like CGC, and I thought an 8, I thought this had a chance of improving in score, and sure enough, it did. It went up to a PSA 9. Now, what's unusual about this is what I've seen lately is that CGC has been grading a bit easier than PSA lately. So I was a little surprised to see it bumped up, but this is one of the rare cards you can find in Pokemon where the value in a 9 is actually worth more than the raw card. A lot of the raw cards right now are equal or round about the price of a PSA 9. Not the case here. A PSA 9 actually did improve my value. A CGC 8 versus a PSA 9 in this card was a good thing. I don't know if I can get this to a 10, so I'll probably be happy with keeping this at a 9, but I'm glad for the improvement. Now, this last one, you'll have to take my word on it. It was a tag 9, and the tag report gives you a lot of great insight on what's wrong with the card. And I was looking at what they thought was wrong with the card, and I'm thinking this can improve, and sure enough, look, it did. It's a PSA 10 now. And PSA still holds more value than any other grading company. So it will hold more value than tag. So, I mean, the only little issue here was the corner and on the back. And I thought, okay, that's enough for me to give it a shot, because the centering, edges, surface, everything else was great. Just this one little issue on the back, and if they consider that a print alignment dot, which I suppose they did, or just a very minor error that did not take away from the eye appeal of the card, they push it through as a 10. They sure did. So I want to encourage you to keep cracking, submitting in. If you've not tried it before, give it a shot. The value could very well be there if you do it for the right cards. Now, I look at a lot of PSA 9s, a lot of PSA 8s, and most of them you shouldn't crack and send back in. But there are some like these that I believe are worth it. I mean, I've proven it here. So subscribe and keep posted with my videos. I'm going to have a lot more stuff like this to give you insight on my success and failures with grading Pokemon cards. Thank you. Bye-bye.